Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Let's drop in and do a divine feminine check-in. Okay, we have karmic completion in reverse. We have domestic harmony, a 46 card, reduces to a 10, symbol of endings and beginnings. And we also have a 2 card, patience. Patience with this union, patience with things that are, loose ends, closing the loop at the end of the year, preparing for the new year ahead. In the unconscious position, I'm just going to leave it there. We have spiritual career. Feminines, you have been getting delicious readings. Your readings have been so internal, so self-focused, which I am so proud of the feminine collective for taking accountability, turning inward, showing up for what's right in front of them in the present moment, and taking accountability for the life that you want, and having patience to breathe into these uncomfortable spots, to have patience to kind of lean into the shadowy things that are blocking that which you desire. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, and as for this karmic completion, deploying patience in these moments where you have no control over the outcome or the perceived outcome, that's your work, right? Sometimes when we think of our karma, and people talk often about, cleaning up your karma, taking responsibility for your karma, it feels like a very action-oriented thing, but sometimes taking accountability for your own karma actually isn't surrendering, actually isn't unplugging from outcomes that you desire and just surrendering to what's right in front of you, right? Taking responsibility for what is showing up for you today in this moment when you hear me saying this. What's moving through your body? Do you have any discomfort? Do you have any fears? Do you have anything that's that you can take responsibility for? Okay, let's lean in. Okay, we have, where are you being called to journey to? We have Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising, you are the Oracle, and the Great Gathering. This came out the other day, actually. I tried to record a feminine reading the other day 3 separate times, and I just kept getting interrupted. And, all in divine timing. So, your only job, feminines, is to be present with your own pillar of light, with your own body, with your own frequency of love. This is your homework. Just babysit your frequency of love. That's it. And let's be honest, that's an incredibly tall order. It's very easily to be pulled off of our center. There's many things in this life that, yank us right out, especially around the holiday season. Maybe you're out shopping in stores and people are a little crazy. Maybe, you're engaging with family members that you don't see the rest of the year, and it activates all of your kind of inner child stuff. There's so much different types of chaos that are in the collective right now, and people are still recovering from the upheaval with the election and the political stuff. It's a lot. Any one of these things would be a lot, and yet there's kind of this perfect storm. We also just went through a full moon portal, so a lot of stuff was brought up to be released. And so now, wait, when was it? What day is it? We're sort of still in it. We're kind of out of it. We're in that in between. We're kind of, re-emerging out of the cave a little bit. But again, we have this, I can't stop staring at this pillar of light right here. Whew. Yeah, let me just feel that for a second. Feminines, what do you need to take care of in order to access your higher self, in order to make the higher choice? Something that you've heard me say over and over and over again is part of our job here, and this is not feminine thing, this is for everybody, is to love ourselves enough to take up enough space so that we can go at our own pace, so that we can access our wise discernment. Listen, when you're rushing through life, you're also, usually breezing past all of this knowledge and wisdom that can only be accessed when it is presenced, right? When we're moving so fast, we don't always incorporate our intuition into choices. We're just like, okay, I got stuff has to get done, da 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 da. And you're being called to actually take responsibility for your frequency of love. Listen, we're going to probably be out of the frequency of love more than we're in it. So it's can be hard to recognize. So just where can you start? Where can you take accountability, full presence, full accountability for just 5 minutes of your day? That's it. Set a timer and say, for this 5 minutes, I am going to be solely present on whatever's happening in front of me for 5 minutes. And I want you to just practice feeling what that feels like in your body, to have all of your perceptual system, your nervous system, your awareness focused on this 5 minutes. Now, it doesn't matter really what you're doing, because you can bring loving presence to anything, because you are the embodiment. You are loving awareness. Ram Dass has told us that a million times in many different forms, right? You exist on this planet as a vibration, as loving consciousness, as loving awareness. Now, what happens when you bring the awareness of your loving consciousness to what you're doing? I don't care if you're sitting meditating for 5 minutes, or I don't care if you're rebuilding a car engine for 5 minutes. It literally doesn't matter, because you are the change maker. You are the key piece that becomes a channel for this love vibration, for this Christ consciousness in the present moment, no matter what you're doing. Okay. So after you do this 5 minutes of full and total presence, then ask yourself the question, where are you being called to journey to? How does that feel to embody that love for that 5 minutes? How does it feel? What does it change in your life, in your mind, in your perspective? Do you talk to people differently? Do you feel different? If you're driving in a car and you're stuck in traffic, do you feel different? Or, do you usually have a bit of road rage when you're stuck and stop traffic, in a hot car headed to work where you don't want to go? Or can you call your spirit back to you? Can you call your presence and power back to you in that moment and reclaim that moment? Remember, it's all coming together little by little. You're going to get more and more intuitive hits. And here's the beauty of this. And it might not feel like this now, but the more you start to embody this energy, the more you start to live soul first, heart first, compassion, empathy, presence first, the more you're going to magnetize other people who are doing the same. And it'll get easier and easier, because you'll start to develop a, soul community. And they'll start to validate your thoughts and feelings, and you'll realize you're not the only one, right? The weight of the world isn't just on your shoulders. You get to share the load with other friends and connections who are vibrating on the same frequency as you. I had to take a peek in the unconscious position. We have this unbound card. It says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. This residuals from the full moon. Let me just feel that before I just load this moment with incessant chatter. Here's the thing. When we take up enough space to go at our own pace so we can access wise discernment, we start to actually see ourselves clearly. We start to see our wisdom. We start to see our power. And most importantly, we start to see the patterns of our actions and thoughts when we are maybe unconscious, or maybe when we're stuck in, a fast-paced situation. We can start to deploy that wise discernment over our own patterns, right? It's really easy to blame the external world. It's really easy to fall into like victim mode, and really just use our precious life force to blame outward, right? That's not the highest and best possible use of your energy. The highest use of your energy is to take radical accountability for your thoughts, feelings, actions, words, deeds, whatever, in the present moment. And then how does that inform the next step you take, the next words you speak? you know, the next relationship you're in, the next job that you have. How do we become so us, become such a strong vibration of what our soul mission is here, our soul DNA blueprint, our unique soul frequency? How can we become the most we can be? Wow, that was an interesting we oneness moment in my brain right there. That we just are who we are no matter what we're doing, and we are unaffected by the circumstances that we're in, right? When we become diligent stewards of our own frequency, we set the tone of every room we walk into. And when we're not, we get pulled into someone else's frequency, right? When you walk into a room, you could feel the density, right? If there's just been like a big argument, you can feel that without even knowing what happened. You could feel that. So how can you take radical accountability for your energy when you walk into a room? Period. Okay, let's move on. Where do we want to go, Spirit? Where do we want to go? Okay. Spirit, any additional, there's so many threads here. Where do you want me to go? Are there any specific questions we need answered? What's coming up for me, this domestic harmony. Anything else you want to say about that, Spirit? Lean in, please. What are the blocks to this domestic harmony? What do we need to take accountability for? Or rather, what's closing out? What's closing out? What's beginning? What do we need to know about this process of shifting? Okay, we have one card. What do we have? We have child. Okay, very simple. Children may be affecting this circumstance. You know, former relationships might be affecting future relationships. What else do we have? Every time I get this card, I giggle. It's this Pussy Willow card. It says good luck. To me, I just laugh because it feels like I'm reading it and I'm revealing a piece of myself because this is the lens I'm looking through. I laugh on the spiritual path when spirits are a little playful and funny. And so I'm hearing it sarcastic, like good luck with that. And I just laugh. But really, hold on. Cards are flying on the floor. Okay, we have dazzling charm. Okay, I'm getting so many messages here. The very shallow message, not shallow, I just mean not deep. The topical message is that children may be affecting your ability to balance out some sort of domestic home environment, either your own children, your partner's children, just children in general may be affecting your situation. Okay, that's like very topical. The deeper message here is that your inner child has some sort of key to this, to your domestic situation coming into balance. There's something here like almost like your inner child is your good luck charm. They have this dazzling charm here. Like I love that card. It's one of my favorite and the colors are beautiful. Your inner child has some sort of, I just have this kind of sweet smile on my face. Like, you know, when children screw up, like little, like I'm talking like between maybe 3 and 5 years old, you know, when a child does something wrong and pisses off the parents, and yet they know how to like do something funny or really cute to like, you know, soothe the situation. And so the parent goes from being so mad to cracking up and just laughing because they know that their child has them around their finger, and there's just like this dissolution of this anger or frustration, and there's just sweetness and that pristine preciousness that arises in that moment. That's the feeling I'm getting. And now I'm welling up with tears. So there's something. Okay, hold on, excuse me. So, there's something that may be buried in your inner child, this beauty, this pristine preciousness that maybe has been buried by some painful experiences, by some pain, by some trauma, by some grief. And your duty is to parent yourself and parent the parts that are getting in the way of this sweetness. There's something here that's let's get some more information. Yeah, What's being pushed into the shadow is this. We have the echinacea flower. It's the immune support, right? Echinacea boosts your immune system. And so there's something that maybe you don't want to look at in your inner child, or maybe with your own children, that is the key. It's like, that Jungian, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. There's something locked away in your sweet inner child. Here's the thing. When we look back at precious times, we also have to remember the not so precious times during that moment in our life. And that can be a difficult situation. So if you have been pushing away doing some inner child work, or, another message coming through, feminines, is don't punish yourself. Don't punish yourself for what you did or didn't do, or what someone did or didn't do. Don't make your inner child wrong here. Allow your inner child the freedom and the sacred, safe space to be innocent. Allow them, parents protect their children's innocence, right? They do it as long as they can. And for whatever reason, sometimes those circumstances are out of the parent's control and their innocence is stolen from them, or they go through some epic tragedy or trauma. What's being shown to me now is very often shamans, mystics, other holy people go through some sort of insane near-death experience as a child. And what that does is it opens the portal between, realms, between life and death, and they end up coming back. Usually there's a choice. I've heard many, many case studies, and sorry, the energy is really, I want to weep right now. There's so much emotion behind this, but usually in a lot of these stories, the soul that has crossed over or is going through this near-death experience is given a choice. Do you want to go back and finish out this incarnation? If you do, though, you have a responsibility to do this medicine work or holy healing work. And there's a free will choice that the child gets to make. And more often than not, sorry, I'm very moved by this, and I don't know what this specific energy is moving through me, but it's the emotional density is intense. So more often than not, the child will choose to go back, and, they get better, but then they become the shamans of the village, or the healing medicine man or medicine woman of the town, of the community. And so remember, we are now mystics out of monasteries. We are shamans out of the villages. It looks different. Our lives look different. Our village has become so massive that we sort of lost touch with that kind of social responsibility that you might have if you grew up in a very small neighborhood where everybody knew everybody else and everybody's business, and would support everyone else. So now we're all being collectively, feminines are being called to really look at this and reflect back at how was okay, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe you did not have as acute or aggressive of an experience as a near-death experience, but listen, death can be many different things. It doesn't have to be that you almost died. It could be, you could have been in a tragic accident, or you could have gotten, a horrible pneumonia, or whatever it is that, sorry, I keep getting interrupted. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Back to what I was saying about, listen, near-death experiences can look very different. You could have, like I said earlier, a death of an innocence, that you saw something that maybe was so traumatic for your young eyes that it now changed you forever, that it planted a seed of something in you. Feminines, you're being called to take accountability for what that is, and no longer push it into the shadows. Bring it up into the light, because there's some sort of key to this sort of tempered harmony and balance as you step deeper into some sort of spiritual career, right? We've been talking about the feminine gifts of healing, the mystical gifts. So like a lot of the clair gifts, a lot of claircognizant, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, all these different mystical gifts. There's a missing piece of the puzzle, and you're meant to excavate this in the heart of your inner child. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there because now it's like there's like incessant chatter and it's making me, it's just repetition from spirit. Okay. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? That was a lot. Let's see. Let's get some goddess cards. Anything else? Anything else we need to know about? What's on the, Spirit, what's on the other side of this charming inner child energy? Or what's blocking it? What do we need to know to take deeper responsibility for this energy and care for this inner child? Yeah, we have shine. Yeah, and then we have shame in reverse. Okay, yeah, what's on the other side? I mean, it's like, so if these were a scale of justice, this would make sense. Like picture the little scale above here connecting these two cards. We have shame in reverse and shine on the other side. So, it's like what's on the other side of this pristine innocence? It's a life without shame. It's a life with shining in your deepest soul's purpose. Yeah, and in the unconscious, we have level up. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Wow, that was a roller coaster of energy through my body. Okay, what do we got? Wounded healer, which many people, many sensitive inner children are, and then surrender. Yeah. Okay. So many of you have been fighting. Remember, this is a feminine reading. Feminines, many of you have been fighting your role as a healer, right? You're pushing your spiritual career into the shadows. So you're being asked to surrender to your own light and divinity. Something I say with one of my friends almost every other day, we say it, one of us says it to the other. We say, what if there's nothing to fix? What if exactly what you're going through, there's nothing to fix, or rather there's nothing to take action on? Your masculine can rest right now. It's the energy. The feminine has been on the throne. It's your time to be bold and brazen and claim that throne and sit on it gracefully and easefully. Don't try to climb up on your throne and then convince everybody of your royalty. No. That's not what we're doing here. You climb up on your throne and you sit with ease and grace, and you pause, and you breathe, and you love yourself enough and your kingdom enough to take up enough space to go at your own pace so that you can access wise discernment that is rooted in all of your hard work, all of your karmic completions, all of your radical accountability and life lessons and trials and tribulations. All of your alchemy that you have done over the years, right? You had experience, you integrated the experience, and now you're embodying the experience. That process is an alchemical process. You have been transmuting this crap for years, feminine. And you know what? Everybody else's crap as well. You are the visionaries. You are the way showers. You sit on your throne and shine your light. And your light becomes like a lighthouse for your kingdom, for your community, for your family. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Anything else? We have sacred lust. Okay, so in times of power, the sacred lust returns. Feminines, if you have had a very quiet Eros, if your Eros has been in hiding for a while, if you have not been very juiced up or aroused in your life, honor that. That is not something you go chasing. That is a sacred byproduct of living a life in alignment. Again, what if there's nothing to fix? What if there's nothing to fix? Your only responsibility is to what? Is to take accountability. Okay, let me hold this up. is to take accountability for your own pillar of light. Do you see this sacred pillar of light? This person is a sacred, empty vessel for, unconditional love and oneness. What were we talking about? We were talking about sacred lust, and now cards just went everywhere as I said that. Bear with me. Excuse me. All right, we're talking about sacred lust. What's coming out? Etheric chords and secrets revealed in reverse. Yeah. Okay. So, listen. It's like when you enter the military or the government, they're going to do an extensive background check on you, right? It's like all the skeletons are coming out of the closet. Feminines, when you step onto your throne, you are going to be confronted with every little secret you've kept from yourself, everything you've pushed into the shadow, everything you have not wanted to look directly at is going to come out. However, the great news is that you are connected to the quantum field. You have all the skills and abilities and tools to transmute this energy, to take full accountability of everything that you haven't wanted to look at. You know, it's funny, it's in the unconscious, boom, liberation. Freedom is on the other side of this accountability. That's the gift. That's the trophy at the end of this. It's not like you're getting a participation award. You are getting your liberation. You are getting your freedom, your sovereignty, your faith in yourself that you can make choices and lean on your own firm foundation, that you don't have to reach outside of self to conquer the world around you. Ooh, okay. Let's get some fun cards. I just need some of these. Okay. Okay, we have Carefree Timelessness. We have Infinity Mirror in reverse. Anything, hold on. Way too many cards. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you want to share? Let's get one more, Spirit. Let's just get one more, round out this message. Wait, I just saw it. These cards all look alike. Hold on. I swear I heard it flip. You heard it flip. There it is. Got it. Oh, we have 3 more cards. Okay, I'll take them. I will take them, Spirit. Carefree, Timelessness, Infinity Mirror in reverse. We have Trust the Process. This is another card of surrender. We have Energy Follows Intention and Eureka in reverse. Okay, so some of you fear to look into the shadows for fear of returning to a place that you've already been. And while I want to honor and validate that fear is real, it's showing up in your actual physical vessel, I also want to honor the truth that the spiritual path is a spiral, and we continue to circle back around and deal with the same lesson over and over again so that we can get another piece of the puzzle, right? You're going to keep getting the lesson until you learn it. We know that, right? That's a part of the spiritual path that has reared its ugly head many, many times. Like, haven't we been here before? Why am I going through this again? What the heck, So there's some of you that are fearing revisiting something you've already moved through, but you're being asked to surrender and trust the process, right? You're, when someone says Eureka, right? It's like they've solved the puzzle. They've solved the problem. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. And that's okay. That's okay. There's another, here's the thing. When you get upset that you have to be somewhere you've already been before, understand that you are all your sacred desires, all of your sacred goals in this life, all of those things want you to achieve those things. The quantum field mirrors you. So if that seed is in the quantum field, it will grow. However, if it's not growing yet, it's because you're not the person you need to be. You're not the person with the necessary skills or wisdom yet to grow, to become that mighty oak, right? To become that entity that's going to anchor and embody and imprana that frequency that needs to be here on the planet. You're not the person that can do it yet. So you have to go through certain, karma or life skills or life circumstances to achieve those techniques and tools and abilities so that you can embody your goals, wants, needs, dreams. And then we also, okay, this is my Carolyn Mace card, which is so funny. It says energy follows intention. Here's the thing. Carolyn Mace always says, and I love this, she says, we never want to operate from the caboose of the train. We have to keep things in perspective. A lot of people try to change the 3D first and then try to work on their spirituality, their the bigger picture, the existential questions, whatever, the midlife crisis, whatever it looks like. But really, energy follows intention, and after intention comes the 3D effects that show up in matter, right? So the realm of spirit comes before the realm of matter. Sorry, I should have said that to begin with. It's much simpler. The realm of spirit and energy come before the realm of matter. Before something even shows up in matter, it first has to be like created. The visual I'm seeing is something being sown in the quantum field. If I look at the quantum field as a grid, personally, I call it the grid of unconditional love and infinite oneness. I've done that for quite a while now. And I see lines. I see literal like grid lines. And so I'm seeing those grid lines that are very linear, there's perpendicular lines. I'm seeing them coming apart and like weaving and sewing your desires, your wants, your goals, your creativity. It's sewing these things. And so it has to get we have to wield our free will and sovereignty in a way that tells the grid what to do. Okay, I want to create a container for women to feel safe and work on their trauma. Okay, beautiful. Boom. You just placed an order with the quantum field, and now they start weaving, right? Now it pulls all these different things and it starts creating this grand web for you to actually this grand web as a firm foundation so you can launch your desires, your soul missions, the flavor of your soul out in the world. Beautiful. Let's just peek. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. Okay, so in the unconscious, we have, I don't know if I could swear on YouTube. I didn't get that far, but I have before. So we have cosmic fuckery. Like, these are the best cards. One of my soul sisters gave these to me, and they're just hilarious. This, though, is in alignment with what we felt over here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it was, where some of you are scared to trust in the chaos of the quantum field. Listen, when we come to find chaos as safety, we are coming to see God clearly. That's a Carolyn Mace line. That is not my own. It's too brilliant. Again, behind, and I think this is a Jungian line as well, behind all chaos is a secret order. It's not up to you to try and control or even understand all of the whys of the quantum field. That's not up to you. Understand that if the cosmic world, there we go. If the cosmic world is up to their old tricks again, that means your life is moving in a wonderful direction because it cares enough to screw up your life, right? Sometimes we need to dismantle everything so we can rebuild. Sometimes we lose the job, we lose the partner, we lose the house we loved, we go bankrupt, we lose the business that we thought was our mission and purpose. Sometimes these awful and tragic things happen so that it could realign us in a way that is more resonant, or it gives us an opportunity to learn another lesson, to become who we need to become to anchor these new frequencies, new desires, new ideas on the planet. Beautiful. Where are we? Let's just end. This is good. This is a good stopping point. Let's get some divine feminine wisdom, feminines. Let's all take a break, a breath. This is intense. It's funny. I can feel the scramble of my brain. Feminines, this is a very feminine thing. Like, sometimes when we are ungrounded, it's really hard to see a clear path forward. And feminines are so brilliant at navigating flow. And listen, flow is chaos. Flow is the ocean, right? Flow is this watery, wait, this is my painting and I want to show it to you. Can I show it to you? You know, it's a very flowy painting. Sorry, my desk is a mess, but you don't need to see all that. Feminines are masters at the flow, but when we are a bit ungrounded, or when we have a bit of negativity or sadness or any other grief dense energy, it can pull us off our center, and we can forget that we don't have to fight the flow. We are the flow. We become the flow. We plunge into it only to realize we are the entire ocean, right? We aren't just the little dinghy floating in this crazy storm. We are the storm. And I think feminines forget that a lot. And so there's something here about grounding, allowing the chaos to almost take you, right? And finding peace and ground in the chaos is what allows you to take that power back, to take that control. Anything else about that, Spirit? Hold on, let me just feel that. No, okay. Anything else, Spirit? Anything you want to end on? Any pearls of wisdom from the Buddha wisdom you'd like to share with us? What do we need to hear right now for the highest and best good of self and the planet? Okay. Ooh, upside down. We have your past, present, and future are elusive. Be pure. Free yourself from such conditions unimpeded. Your past, present, and future are elusive. You can't grab onto any of these things, feminines. Life in the quantum field is like a rushing river constantly moving through you. You can't hold on to any one bit of it because it's too powerful. Allow yourself to be a pure, empty, pristine vessel. Free yourself from such conditions unimpeded. Right? Don't allow your attachments of the past, present, or future to keep you out of the present moment, right? To keep you, how do you want me to say this, Spirit? Okay, again, I went too far with the message. The simple message is non-attachment, right? It's the Wu Wei path, right? What is Wu Wei? Effortless non-action, whatever. You could look it up, but it's the Wu Wei path. It's this like allowing the world to move through you like that rushing river and just meeting it where it's at. Meeting the quantum field with what the quantum field is gifting to you, instead of going to look out and trying to control all these pieces to rip your wants, needs, and desires out of the field into the realm of matter. No. Queens do not do that, right? Royalty does not do that. Royalty sits on their throne and they magnetize that which we need to our kingdom, to us. They employ other people. They, send messengers out in the world to carry out their tasks. You sit on your throne. You access your divine love. You hold your center for love in all flavors of chaos, and you receive. That's it. I'm going to leave it there. Beautiful, beautiful message. I hope this was supportive, and I will see you in the next one.